Good morning. Good morning. So I'm doing a live, not in because I wanted to or I'm expecting to do much with it. It was unintended, let's put it that way. So what's happening? So I wanted to let you guys know that I am currently uploading. I've had some unexpected issues with my Wondershare. Not sure what's going on there. I downloaded a new version yesterday. It does updates like everything else. Um, and then once I did that, excuse me, once I did that, I was unable to log back into YouTube through Wondershare so that I could upload directly from there. So, believe it or not, I actually channeled a mantra, and it is currently, as we speak, uploading, or now actually, no, correct that. So, yesterday I was trying to upload it to YouTube all yesterday after work until like 9 o'clock last night. And then I finally gave up. But I created the video, put it all together. I was quite pleased with it. A little nerve wracking, right? Mantras are always very nerve wracking for me. And then this crap happens, but that it is uploading. First, I have to download it to my computer. I think I found the solution, and then I can upload it hopefully to YouTube. So cross your fingers, you will have that at some point today. I'm hoping. Um, I'm like, what the heck is going on? First, I'm like, am I not supposed to upload this? Right? Does it suck? Like, that was my thought. And then the solution popped in my head. So obviously, I'm supposed to still put it forth. So it's coming, it's uploading. That's why I'm doing a little bit of a live message, which I wasn't necessarily going to do that either. But I do have some messages coming through. So I'm going to bring them forth. What Spirit is kind of saying to me, because after the last workshop I did, I was like, maybe it's all over, right? Maybe nothing big is coming anymore. Maybe that was a smooth ride, smooth sailing. It didn't cause the mask like my last one did, so I was good, right? And then, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but I started getting visuals and messages from that. I always do this. I'm like, oh, good. No, we're good. Everything's good. And then boom, no, it's like, no, this is very real. Okay, so that's what's coming through. It's like it's very real. There's been a change in the time. Remember that. A couple days ago, I told you guys expect the unexpected. Okay, that day I went to work, my other job, my other place of existence. And I kid you not, out of the blue, one of the people that hired me on board into their company, right? Because I had to get my licensing. I'm a licensed person. Anywho, they out of the blue said the strangest thing to me. They were like, all of a sudden, she goes, I feel like I can't remember exactly how she started it. It was really out of the blue. I'm like, what? She really saying this as she was saying it, but she started talking about how she was questioning everything in reality, how everything has become a question, and it was about a keyboard and who created the concept of a keyboard, and then all of a sudden it switched from a simple object to time. She's like, and the concept of time, I don't understand. She's something about how the concept of time was crumbling and she wasn't understanding what this information was. And I could see this in her face. And this was the most random, I kid you not, conversation. Okay. This was that day when I said, expect the unexpected. Sometimes when I say these things, it doesn't mean it's something huge. It could be something subtle, you guys. So pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to your happenings. And then I like literally told her, I'm like, the false concept of time was based off the moon and it's no longer a necessity. And she like shook her head at me like, I know. And she was like, boom, like mind blown. She did the gesture of her mind being blown. And I'm like, did that really just happen? Like, that is the most in my face message I could have ever gotten, right? Okay, so this is kind of going with today's message. Spiritual time is different. The process of this ascension. Okay, that's what this is really truly about. It's the process, because it's like, why does this keep happening? They've extended the face mask mandate and now they're pushing to get youth vaccinated, and my stomach's like turning, right? It is. I'm like, what? Why? My issue is here, it's like I had this mass awakening. I was already struggling through my trauma. Trying to be still a very strong person, right? Because I am still a very strong person. Then they had me doing things I wouldn't normally do. You know, you think I would talk on Facebook about darkness coming, or maybe, you know, be prepared just in case, right? Like, and I don't like doing that. Talking about changing the tides coming through California, doing all of this work that was blowing my own mind that I was doing, and so on and so forth. And I get a little frustrated. I'm like, why did this have to happen? Right? And then there's not a lot of proof to back it up. There is, and I keep posting it as it's coming. And that's what Spirit's showing me. It's like I'm frustrated, and Spirit's showing me there's no need to be frustrated. So, with this concept of time, right, it's a double layer. We've got the process time, right? Like things moving forward, what this process is, what it means, what's happening. It's like we take one step forward, two steps back. And then that song just came into my mind with Paula Abdul. And I'm drinking my coffee, by the way, so never you mind that. um, but it's like, so that was one instance. I had another one too yesterday. I went to work yesterday, so it's been 2 days in a row. And another girl that I work with, who, mind you, is a little bit harder to build a rapport with, right? She was a little harder for me to communicate with and crack open and get to know, right? Some people are like that. Nothing wrong there. Just who are you? You're new in our environment. Who are you? Feeling me out type of thing. And then all of a sudden she starts talking to me like I'm her best friend. She makes me laugh. I like her a lot. She's very funny. And I'm just laughing all the time. And then yesterday she pops out of the blue, looks at me and goes, "The world is ending. I'm kidding you not." And I'm like, wait, what? So that's what's kind of bothering me too, is there's a lot of talk about the end days. I don't like when people are talking about that. The world is ending. There's only one way you could look at that, right? It's the fall of the matrix. I have said from day one, it's not the end of days. Okay, so there's a couple layers to this message, so bear with me. When people say the end days, just know that it is the end of time, the end of certain ways. I would rather they would say that, the end of ways, the end of ways. You know, that's a little bit better. Things are just changing. We're ascending. We're going into higher frequencies, higher light. Okay, and then another part of the message they're wanting me to get into, so sorry, I am jumping a little bit, is back in the workshop that I just did this last weekend, which is what kind of threw me off with everything again. Sorry. There was a point in there, okay, where, you know, I read to you what the Lumeria thing said with Mount Titicaca and the association, and then the work that I did and the coincidences there. And then I had said how the earth stood still for a moment in time. That's repeating. Okay, I had to give a little description so you understand. That's repeating in my visual. They're showing me the earth standing still for a moment in time. Okay, and then the representation of everything that I have done. So when did I do removal of the false concept of time? Now you see somebody all of a sudden out of the blue talking to me about the removal of the false concept of time, who is not awake. She's a young girl. She's got to be in her 20s. Very, very into her job. She's a very awesome person. She was not awake. You can see her waking up. It's crazy. And so there's still an influx wave of people waking up. There is still things happening. Okay. And so that's part of the message. There is pieces of things happening all over the place. You just have to be awake to see them, right? You just got to be not having your blinders on to see them. So, as frustrating as this process may be, as much as we want to be afraid, right? Because let's not, all change is fearful. There's fear in all change, there's fear in the unknown, okay? And so that's why I did kind of skip the sacral chakra healing and did ask for a mantra for fear. And I did get one, and it's uploading. So, and I'm not looking at the comments. So if anybody's commenting, hi, everybody. If you are there, I'm not looking. It was a bit of an impromptu message live. And so yeah, there's a lot of this message going on. I'm going back and forth, so forgive that. So just be aware of our strict concept of time, okay? Know that this process, so what they're showing me is it goes back and forth, that goes back into the 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, right? It goes back and forth. It happens in pieces. There's another influx of awakening, okay, going on. Then all of a sudden, I'll do a little bit of a screen share here so you can see. Oh, no. That, you know, Spirit always shows me what I need to see when I question things, right? Wait, did it get mixed? Give me a second. But they always show me what I need to see when I question things. So I'm going to share it with you a little bit, what I've seen, okay? Just so we know what's coming. So again, I told you my frustration with how I'm on Facebook and how they kind of pushed me off Facebook. They did. It was a horrible feeling. I can't go back there. Like it makes my stomach sick. Like I can't. And for a long time, I was there until that thing happened and they did what they did to Trump. Okay. And something wasn't right. All right. I don't care who you don't like. There's a certain thing you don't do. Okay. So keep that in mind. But then I'm like, okay, so prepare. They had me doing that and I didn't like it. Okay. And so I was a little upset at Spirit. That's the truth. I get mad at Spirit. I think we all can. We can all get frustrated at times. Okay. But then all of a sudden I got smacked in the face with this. And I don't watch this Cryon stuff. There's something about this that kind of irks me a little bit. But it was about prepare for darkness. Okay, so Cryon, he's got some informational videos that go right along with everything we've been talking about. Okay, and so I'm like, okay, Spirit's smacking me in the face with just because you've done these things and you've said these things and you put yourself out there ahead of time does not mean that they're still not coming. Okay, that's basically the message that I was receiving. All right, and then I think a big one hit Japan, and I'm like, shit. Okay, but then they keep showing me the earth standing still. There's significance in that. It's like the calm before the storm. And then I saw this Life on New Earth rescue team. Okay, so they're talking about, they are positioning, this says, like I think the pyramids, you can relate it to that, right? They're positioning healing stations they talk about. So I will post these links again and underneath the video. You guys can feel free to watch these on your own time. I'm just giving you the message as it's given to me because that's what I do. Okay. Okay. Then I also saw a bunch of stuff about Trump. And the first one that I saw, let me see if I can go back to it because I almost did a video then. I'm like, oh, that's a big smack in my face, right? Like, I'm like, this is never going to end. I even said that day. But the video is about a whistleblower in Michigan. Okay. She was the first one of the ones out there that came forward and said, yeah, so we're close. She came forward and said that there was absolute voter fraud. She was witness to it. And they shunned her at first. Okay. And so now there's something coming forward there. Okay. And so I'm like, duh, like, are people really that believing that, you know, who is our solid president? We are set in motion in this way when we still have voter fraud investigation, and I can't find it, but I will find it and post the link as well. But it was about the whistleblower, I think out of Michigan, and the fact that, what is it, Arizona or one of those other states are still investigating voter fraud. So how can we be like, Spirit's showing me stuff is still not done, basically, right? And so I got another smack in the face. Like, nope. Stuff is still coming. I can't find it. It was a few days ago, so I will find it. You guys can kind of see. I watch a lot of things on here sometimes. Okay. So going back to, so there's a few things coming through, right? There's still movement within the presidency. There's still movement with all of those things, you know, because I would have never, I don't know, you know, I'm like, I've had it in with Spirit. I'm like, this is not cool. This puts me in a position that I would have never asked for, basically. And I'm like, I know about spiritual. I'm highly connected. I get it. I see what's coming. I keep being shown how much accuracy I have and how things are absolutely real. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating when it's like I'm still in this environment where this vaccine is very real and this battle is going on. And I'm like, was this really necessary for me to do these things? Okay, where is the key here? And that's when they're still showing me everything I have said and done over these last year or two is still in motion. Okay. And it has to go in the concept of spiritual time. So there was another video in here. It might have been this one. Where they say everything is strategically planned. So don't be alarmed, right? They can only go so far as our free will allow it to go. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So that was all a part of that. I hope all of that made sense. It helped me a lot. Let me know I need to just keep going, keep on track, feel true into who I am, because I know who I am, regardless if anybody else does, right? But this stuff is and it's very real. It's very crazy, right? It's nuts. Who would have ever thought our world would be changing in such a way that it is? But it is. It is. There's no denying it. So I have nowhere to put this deck that I just picked up. So I'll pull a quick card from here. I will check the comments after the video, you guys, if you guys are watching. Hello, hello, hello. So much love, so much light. Okay. So I think I got everything. They were kind of showing a lot to me. I'm like, this is a lot. I was a little flustered before I even came on. And then I couldn't even do, so I'll show you. I don't know if you guys can see it. But see, I'm uploading this. So once it gets uploaded to my computer, then I can upload it to YouTube. So cross our fingers, it will be there today. You guys will have the channeled mantra, and then I promise you I will have at least one chakra, the next chakra coming this weekend, by this weekend. Today's my long day, and then tomorrow and Friday, hopefully, cross my fingers, are a little shorter at the other job. So, all right. Whew. Let's see what the cards have to say for today. What is going on for our day today? Where do we need to place our energy today, or focus on, or be open to receiving for today? Purity, ice. Ooh, 33. Ooh, purity, ice, 33. This one's interesting. What I'm hearing, so this card, I'm like, okay, there's surface message here, but that's not what it is. So what I'm hearing here, 33 is definitely standing out. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me go to stop the share. There we go. All right. So we have purity, ice. Okay. What I'm hearing here is focus on the depths of your soul. Okay. And that's kind of what Spirit's been telling me, is nurture your soul. Okay. That's what I'm hearing here. Nurture your soul, like solidify your existence, solidify your essence, nurture your soul, right? So that you can be that powerful stallion that can withstand any storm, right? If you're not nurturing your soul, if you're not taking care of the depths of your existence, including the darkness, the light, right? Pay attention to where the ice is. That's sticking out to me, is those ice crystals. It's like, pay attention. So what does ice mean? It's like, where are we rigid? Where are we frozen in time? That's what I'm hearing here. That's a very interesting message with this card. But purity, where are we frozen in time? Number 33, make sure you are looking into where you need movement within your soul that you maybe haven't looked into, you maybe haven't paid attention to. Is it a physical aspect? Is it an emotional aspect? Where have you been stagnant? Where have you been frozen in time? Make sure to feel the essence of that. Look into that, feel into that. We can only feel it to let it go, right? We can't be frozen in time. All right, and then we have, well, this is interesting, all that shuffling, and then I have card number 32. Richness, marine life. Again, depths. I'm hearing depths here. Both cards are taking me into the depths. Beware. Come on, camera. Work with me. Look pretty. Be perfect. Whatever. Beware the depths, right? So depths of our soul, there's so much information to be had. There's so much newness. There's so much life there. But I'm also hearing like there's so many different layers to life. Like look at all the beings under the sea. Gosh, and this is the only ones we're aware of, right? So there's so many beings under the sea, and I feel like there's so many layers, so many ice crystals of our soul, so many pieces in the depths into who we are and to our existence. Okay. And so that's what's coming through here. Richness, fill your soul, purify your soul with this richness of the existence of who we are. Oh my gosh, you guys. And this really does go with the channeled mantra. So it wasn't just about eliminating fear, it's about collective, pure, beginning time consciousness. Okay. Oh, beautiful message. I will pull one more card and then leave you all about to your day. And I will check the comments and I will load videos, put links to videos if you so want me to. I will anyways eventually. And then know that I am working on uploading. I don't know what's up. This is weird. Like what happened? I don't get it. It just won't, when I click on connect, log back into YouTube because I uploaded it, right? I updated the version yesterday. And now I have to log back into YouTube from Filmora. And when I click the sign in button, it tells me I'm doing it from an insecure browser. It's always been on this computer. It's very secure. I pay for McAfee as well. I constantly do my cleaning on this computer, you know, because I do want it to work. Like, hurry up. My brain's already 10 steps ahead. So it's very frustrating. I don't know how to fix it, though, is my point. Like, I'm not sure if I have to restore an older version of Filmora. I'm not quite sure what to do. So hopefully I can figure that out because this two-step process is only going to bug me. Oh, Lord, be with me, right? All right. And then we have number 13. You guys pay attention to all the threes in this message. 32, 33, and 13. There's no coincidences there at all. There's never coincidences, of course. But we have Dream Thief, refusal to hear the call. And I don't know why my camera's not working with me today. Very beautiful card. I've pulled this card before, right? We have to be mindful of free will. That's coming forth today. That's coming forth in the messages Spirit's provided to me on the videos that I've kind of pointed to. And it's also coming forth here, okay? We have to be mindful of everybody's free will. In this last workshop I did, it did come through in that everybody is giving a choice right now, ascension or not. And that's what it is. And it comes down to free will. And that's what's going through in those other two videos. Okay, so just pay attention to what's around you. We cannot, and every time I say this, this word comes out, we cannot trump on free will. Look up the word trump. It's an actual word as well as his name. There's no coincidences either that is Trump's name. Okay, it means to overcome, it means to triumph, it means to stand above. So, you know, we cannot trump on free will. We cannot overcome on people's free will. So just be in flow. Look at where you're not in movement, okay? Otherwise, you won't have any power to withstand any storm or darkness if we are presented with actual darkness, okay? Pay attention. If our whole government crumbles, what do? We could actually have a case of true darkness. Like, you never know. Okay, so just be prepared. I just have candles. Like, I think about that. I'm like, I've only gotten so prepared. I have some candles and some water and then some canned foods. Other than, I mean, I think I could be pretty resourceful. So we'll see. Right? Like, but I'm not going to panic. I'm not like, oh, it's doomsday. I think we'll all be just fine. But you never know, right? That's what unity is about. So just pay attention to your surroundings, getting to know the newness and the richness of the depths of our soul that we haven't ventured into before. Do you understand? And then 3, 3, 3, 3. There's no coincidences in that goddess number 3, in that powerful, magical creator number 3. 3, 6, 9, Tesla codes, they're all related to 3. Very relevant lately and always, honestly. And so when 3 comes forth, to me, it's really it's about standing in your power, and it's about knowing that you are constantly supported and guided, and you can create magic at any turn you choose to create. Okay, and this is why they put 3 in such a negative standpoint. Okay, same with 6, right? 666. It's only what you make of it. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys. I'm going to get off here so that my video can upload a little bit quicker. According to this, it's at 46%. Suck a fish. And then get about my day. I got to go off to my other job until, I think I work until 8 tonight, all in all. So I will check in with you again later. Keep your eyes peeled. I promise you I am working on uploads now that I've got them going, and I created this video that I was nervously excited about. The stuff just goes, go figure, right? In due time, just like everything, whatever. I say it's my time. So be careful with that. Don't get in a war with time, okay? Know that spiritual time flows, and it flows back and forth, and everything is purposeful in the moments in which they are presented and in the ways they are presented, even if we don't understand them, even if they're bigger than we are. You guys, I did all this work this last year, and it was way bigger than I was. I had no idea. Okay, so just be mindful. Stay in love and light, stay in happiness. Dive deep into the depths of your soul and who you are, and the beautiness and the richness of our planet that we are housed on, that is changing right in front of you. Be mindful of the rigidness of your soul and go ahead and nurture that place, right? So that you can withstand any storm. Because if you're broken, if you're in fear, how can you be the stallion in that beautiful, beautiful whiteness, right? And then be mindful of free will. And don't be afraid to create your world and your magic, and use the tools around you to do so. Oh man, can I get an amen? Mm-mm-mm. Have a great day, guys. I will see you later. Keep your eyes peeled for everything that's slowly being uploaded. Basta.